Hello beautiful Capricorn, thank you so much for being here today. My name's Marie Rose, for those of you that don't know, and today we're here to bring you a message that you may need to know right now, or something that you've been waiting on. Let's see what we have for Capricorn, please. Thank you. From the animal spirit, the first message you got here was a rebirth is assured. You're about to start something new, Capricorn. A new lease of life, a new move, a new home, a new job, a new project, a new way of thinking, a new vision for your life. There's something here about you starting to see things differently, starting to have a different perception of what's important in life. What is it that you want from your life now? Something here may have occurred, or you've just had a different idea or thought, and now you see things from a different perspective. Let's see what comes through for Capricorn, please. What do we have here for Capricorn? Thank you. God, that one came out. The Seven of Wands. The Chariot. The Queen of Pentacles. The Hermit. The Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Swords. Wow, it's over. The hardship is over. Underneath we have the Six of Cups, the Tower, and the Three of Cups. You may have been involved with somebody here, with either something happened with children, or something happened here where you were in the middle of a love affair. You could have been someone here came to realization that the circumstance that they were in at the time was not what they had imagined. Something here was recovered or was identified as something beyond what you thought it was. It's like you were looking at a situation, a relationship, a work situation with rose-coloured glasses, only to find out that you were either being betrayed, lied to, or there was someone here who undermined you. This could have been someone from your past, someone who you've been with for a long time, or someone who's involved with children and yourself. So there could be children involved here as well. It could be a relationship that came to an end here. For some people here, it had to do with you being betrayed, and not necessarily cheating. It could have been a betrayal of confidence. It could have been a betrayal of not giving what you gave. They were giving you breadcrumbs when you were giving it your all. It's something here you felt that wasn't right. And for many of you here, children were in the middle of this situation. For others, it's someone from your past. So this here is like Capricorn starts off with, in the past, having to stand up for themselves, having to stand up for their beliefs, their morals, their expectation of a situation. You had to stand up and say, this is not good enough. This is not what I want. This is way beyond what I had imagined. And you started to say, I need to stand up for what I believe in. And this was your conviction here. You were convicted in making sure that you stood up for what you believed in more than anything else. Over here we had the Chariot. Some of you here left a situation behind. You decided that the rebirth here is what you needed to do. You needed to walk away from someone, something, or a situation or a place, because this was no longer what you wanted, what you deserved, or what you had envisioned for your life. You left something behind in order to start something new. You made this change because you said, I can't do this anymore. I can't be living in this situation anymore where I have to defend myself all the time. Here, you use here the Queen of Pentacles and the Hermit. It's like over time, Capricorn, you learnt a lot. You learnt through experience, you learnt wisdom, you learnt to understand who you are, what you deserve and what you want for your life. It was a time of introspection. It was a time of going in and finding out who you were, what you wanted, and if what was given to you was enough. And this is you saying, no, I can do this on my own. I have come a long way in my life. I have invested time, energy, and money into something, and I'm not getting what I deserve, and I'm not getting what is true to me. So this is where you say, enough is enough, and I need to stand on my own 2 feet. Here, it's about you accumulating everything that you've worked for, what you had, to start a new life in a new way. Was it easy? Absolutely not. It was the hardest time of your life, or it will be the hardest time of your life. It's you being taken from a place to the bottom of the pit. However, everything here was so heavy. Not only was it what you didn't want, what you didn't believe in, what you despised, it was, I need to put an end to this situation. The end is here. You finally make a decision that says, I cannot deal with this anymore. I'm carrying other people's responsibilities. I am doing my share plus everybody else's, or somebody else who I live with, and they are not giving me anything in return. Instead, I get abused. I have to deal with their attitude. I have to deal with their toxic energy, negativity, and I've had enough. This is somebody that says, what I'm living, I don't want to live anymore. And this is either happened to you or it's in the process of happening now. However, you now decide that where you're going, what you're doing next is far better than being in this situation. It can't get any worse, and you know that. So here, it's like you throw this tower in and say, no more. I need to stay true to who I am. And here, it's like you start to go to a place or with people here to get help. You may feel abandoned, you may feel alone, you may feel that your whole world is falling upside down. But this is all to take you to a new life, a new version of you, a new chapter in your life, and with people or situations that are worthy of your time and energy. What I feel here is that somebody here who you loved, shared a lot of time with, or gave so much of your energy to, betrayed you in some way. And now you're feeling that I don't need this situation. I don't need this energy next to me. I don't need to live this life anymore. I've had enough and I'm done. And so it comes back here to the defending yourself. You defend yourself till the cows come home, because you're saying here, I don't need to deal with this situation and I'm not going to. Let's see what the advice here is from the Wisdom Angel for Capricorn, please. Thank you. Oh, again, from the past, childhood. This could be someone who you knew for a long, long time. And this could be someone from the past. Children or childhood, revisiting old dreams or plans, embracing your inner child. The return of people or romances from your past, romanticizing how things used to be. You may have an ex or someone here that comes back and tries to convince you to go back to them or live that life again. And I don't think here that you're prepared to. I think here, someone here is thinking about everything that they had to do and how it made them feel. And I think the last thing that you want is to go back to something like that. But they are going to try, so be prepared for that. And they are going to try and get you to remember the good times, but they're not going to mention everything they put you through. However, you know what you went through. You learnt a lot along the process. You learnt a lot. And one thing that you learnt more than anything else was how valuable you are and how your inner child deserves to live a better life. I don't know if this makes sense to anyone here, Capricorn. Let me know in the comments. Lots of love and light. Thank you. Bye-bye.